Today we start with this. This is also done WEP encrypted frame, where we discuss that it consists of a 24 bit for the initialization vector, then key identification plus padding of 2 bits because we want to make it a combination of 32 bits. Fine. Now the point is, uh, there are some option in which we can say these number of devices can only access by a WLAN. So we can set a upper limit for that. Upper limit in what sense? Like in a single Wi-Fi, we can say 10 devices can work easily, 12 devices can work easily. So according to that, we prepare our AP. Suppose in our home, if we are taking an, you can say we are taking any like there are number of options they are giving to us, how many devices you want to access, what is the basic particular bandwidth required by you. So we buy our Wi-Fi system according to that. So if in this particular case there is an example, we can apply 4 keys on a device, 4 different keys, but at a time we are using single key for the access. So this is an example of Cisco system in which WEP configuration can be done, and there are options that we are having 4 different keys that we can define here. But at a time we are using only single one. So WEP key size may be vary from 142, 40 to 128. So you can see here WEP key 1 is set with 128 size rather than 40, and rest all the empty keys are of size 40. So this is just an example how we can set a key in the case of Cisco devices. Now the point is, after this encryption, what we basically do, we try to encrypt our data, or we try to encrypt our integrity check value, that is ICV. In the previous lecture I told you that it is similar like FCS. So we can say it is a part and parcel or similar like FCS, that is frame check sequence. In frame check sequence we are using CRC for the testing, so that if there is any redundancy that can be removed, or it can be introduced in between the path, that can also be mitigated. Fine. So whenever we set WEP encryption, that means what we are encrypting, we are only encrypting the data frame, and we are encrypting the ICV. Why we are encrypting ICV? Because we don't want that any intruder, any eavesdropping people check the error of my data. Fine, or they can take information from here. So what is the basic process in the case of WEP? What is the full process of WEP encryption and decryption? That is given in the this particular figure. So what is the encryption process? As per the previous discussion, we are having a plain text which we want to send it from one place to another. Fine. So how we can send it to one place to another? First of all, we have to fragment that particular frame plain text. So first of all, I divide my plain text into parts, and then a particular frame fragment is used to convert or use to send from one place to another. So how plain text is sent? Plain text frame along with ICV. ICV is used for the error detection and correction. Fine, so that is added here, and that is given to the XOR. And as we discussed in the previous lecture, that we are generating a key from a seed initial vector, so that the key is not similar always. So WEP means it is used to encrypt, to add on key plus initial vector and generate a key string for it. So then we are XORing our key string with the plain text to get the ciphertext. And mind one thing, you can see initial seed is also given to the ciphertext, so that the data must have an idea what type of initial vector is utilized, because at the receiving end we are again in need of IV4, or you can say initial vector. If it is not present and key is there, then we can't decrypt our data. So we retrieve this particular vector from the ciphertext and we are giving it to the WEP. So key and the initial vector combination again generate a key stream here, and we are XORing the key stream with the ciphertext data to get the plain segment or plain fragment with ICV. Then we retrieve the ICV from here after checking whether the data is correctly received or not, and then we get the plain text fragment. So if there here is a fragmentation, then at the end there must be a defragmentation, or we can say the point where different frames are joined together to make it again plain text. So I hope by these diagram you are clear how the data is processed, how encryption is processed and how decryption is processed parallel. One is at the one end at the transmitter end, encryption at the transmitter and decryption at the receiving end. So I hope it is clear. If there is any query you can ask. We can also see it in a different manner. We can also visualize it in a different manner in the another file. So if we see here how the things are processed, you can see in the terms of key here and initialization header, frame header, then frame body on which we are applying all this data, and then there is a trailer plus FCS. So this whole combination is in the form of 64-bit RCF, which is given to convert into RC4 algorithm, and then after using this particular algorithm we are getting our data for transmitting. ट्रांसमिशन पर्पस के लिए हम यहाँ से डेटा लेंगे. RC4 algorithm is part and parcel of WEP. So this is the one way to see the thing, how initialization vector work, how integrity check will done, and how we are transmitting data from one side to another. So we can build diagram in this form also, and this is an extension of the frame. So this is a one way to represent the thing, and this is the another way. So which one is feel easier to you, you can follow that particular path. I thought this is much better because here encryption as well as decryption, both processes are given in detail. Clear है तक? Say yes or no. कोई response तो दो यार. Is it okay with you?
Clear.
Thank you. अब इंटीग्रिटी चेक में हमारे पास क्या दे रहा, 32-bit वैल्यू. So 32-bit value means we are in need of a CRC32 for check whether the everything is okay or not. और FCS जो भी अप्लाई होता है that is at the layer 2. Here we said layer 1 and layer 2 because we are considering that we are going from upwards to the downwards. At the data link layer, after network layer, there is a data link layer where we apply a header as well as the trailer. So that whole combination is again encapsulated into the physical layer, and then we transmit it. So that's why here written arguments the layer 1 and 2 दोनों में आएगा frame check sequence. मतलब frame check sequence data link layer में add कर दिया and that is encapsulated and then transferred to the physical layer. So I hope you are okay with this, how 32-bit value, because in the CRC we are having some standards. Which type of CRC we are using, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. So according to the requirement we are applying. So here we are using CRC32 for ICV purpose. And ICV will, what it will do, it will check whether the data we are receiving, whether it is a right one or a wrong one. And we encrypt this also, so you can read it here. ICV is included in WEP encryption portion of the frame, so it is not plainly visible to the AWS dropper. सो एवस ड्रॉपिंग का मतलब क्या होता है, कानाफूसी करना। अगर कोई कोशिश कर भी रहा है तुम्हारा डाटा इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए, वो कर ना पाए। तो हम डाटा को भी इनक्रिप्ट करते हैं, आईसीवी को भी इनक्रिप्ट करते हैं। And at the receiving end, what we try to do, we again use the ICV value to check it again, calculate against what has arrived in ICV field, and we match it whether it is a genuine one or untampered. Tampered मतलब होता है किसी ने उसको उसको फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश की है, छेड़खानी करने की कोशिश की है। लेकिन हम चेक करेंगे कि whether it is a genuine one है, untampered one. Then we decode. If it is not matched, then what we do? We discard that particular frame. That means that frame is already corrupted by someone else and it is listened by someone else, and attacker took the information from it. So that's why we discard that particular frame. So you can see here, discard bad ICV frame if ICV is not matched with the sending ICV. So are you getting my point here? What is the benefit of ICV? Why we encrypt it along with the data? So that we will get more secure data. एरर चेक करने के लिए क्या करते हैं हम? एरर चेक करने के लिए मुझे डाटा पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है, जिस डाटा में से मुझे एरर फाइंड आउट करने हैं। सीआरसी कैसे प्लेस करते हैं? यू हैव एन आइडिया हाउ वी प्लेस अ सीआरसी इन द डेटा? whether it is a stuffed one or whether it is a tail of the data. What do you think? Have you an idea about CRC, cyclic redundancy check? How this particular algorithm work? Have you an idea about it? CRC? Please respond. Have you an idea about it? Lavish, Mayank, Harpreet, Jaspreet, Hiteshi.
मैम सीआरसी एरर डिटेक्टिंग के लिए यूज होता है?
Yes. CRC is used for error detection and correction.
Yes.
Otherwise, we have other options also, like parity detector is there, that can also work out, but we want detection as well as correction. So you have an idea about CRC, what is CRC and how it works?
Yes, ma'am.
So what process we utilize here in CRC? How we check the error, detect the error or correct it? Anybody can tell the process of CRC? Give me just an idea. I don't want the whole detail. Please reply. If I am giving you some data in a polynomial form and I said you check it CRC, how you can check it CRC? If I am providing you some data and I tell you give me the value of the CRC check, whether the data is encrypted one, decrypted one, or whether the data is corrupted one or correct one, how you identify? क्या करते हैं? सीआरसी का प्रोसेस क्या है? वी आर जस्ट डिवाइडिंग द डेटा, दैट्स इट. इफ देयर इज ए रिमाइंडर, दैट मीन्स व्हाट? दैट मीन्स देयर इज ए एरर. इफ देयर इज ए नो रिमाइंडर, then that means we are receiving the same data which is sent by the transmitter. That's it. Fine. This is CRC, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the response here. So how ICV operation will work, you can see here in the pictorial view also. Plain text frame fragment, then we are applying CRC here, plus CRC means what? We are applying a ICV. ICV is what? Our integrated check verification, जिसमें हम ये चेक करते हैं, वेक्टर जिसमें हम ये चेक करते हैं कि whether my data is okay or not, plain text frame having some error or not, then we encrypt it and send it. So basically in WEP we encrypt both data as well as ICV so that intruder can't use my data. Fine. So up to this clear? Now we come to the authentication mechanism. At the very start we discussed if there is a requirement of a security, we divide into two parts. One is encryption and another one is authentication. So encryption means we are encode our data and try to send it from one place to another. Now the point is, what is authentication? So any guess about it? Then we will discuss there are two types of authentication which we use in our Wi-Fi system. First one is open authentication and another one is a shared key authentication. But the point is, what is authentication? What is authentication? Any guess, any idea from your side? We already discussed in the previous lectures like authentication, de-authentication, association, re-association, de-association. When we talk about the services provided by the MAC layer. I hope you people remember.
मतलब मैम किसी यूजर के जो क्रेडेंशियल्स है वो आइडेंटिफाई करना कि
exactly whether it is authenticated to use our data or not. Authentication means giving a provision to access my data. So there are two things. First one is the open authentication and second one is the shared authentication, share key authentication. So in this particular case, we have to take an example of our Wi-Fi system either at your home or either at the college. So you can visualize whenever there is a access of data, you want to access any data and you want to access internet. What are the basic steps? How you can access internet at your home? Suppose you are using a device mobile. Because whenever we said authentication, so authentication is required in every device, whether it is a laptop, whether it is a mobile, whether it is a desktop. Fine. Why authentication is required at every device? If I install a Wi-Fi in my home, that means I am an authenticated user. Is it like that? ऐसा है कि अगर मेरे घर में लगा है वाईफाई तो मैं ही उसकी ऑनर हूँ, तो मैं तो ऑथेंटिकेटेड हूँ ही, कि मुझे भी शो करना पड़ता है कि आई एम द ऑथेंटिकेटेड यूजर.
मैम शो करना पड़ेगा.
Yes, very good. So there are two criteria. One is open Wi-Fi system. In open Wi-Fi system, anybody can access it, but still there is a some clause on that. So we can take an example of railway station these days. They said there is a free Wi-Fi. How it's free there? Can our mobile directly connected at railway station with their Wi-Fi system? Anybody having any experience to access a Wi-Fi at railway station? Anybody? He or she can share his or her experience. है किसी को आइडिया, किसी ने रेलवे स्टेशन पे किया हो access कभी नेट? Means not our data pack, but we try to utilize the Wi-Fi at airport or we try to utilize the Wi-Fi at railway stations. So what is the point? What is the process? Any guess? Any idea? किसी ने भी नहीं किया access?
मैम वो कोई कोड सेंड करते हैं मतलब अगर
exactly. What we try to do, if we try to access any network there must be a sharing of data, or you can say control signal. If I try to access Wi-Fi there, they ask for the OTP, and that OTP is coming on my mobile phone or a device on which I want to access. So what is that? Basically that is a sharing of a key first. If I put my OTP there, then only I can access that particular Wi-Fi system. So that is one of the example of shared key authentication. Before accessing any Wi-Fi system, I am in need of a key. If I have a key, only then I can access it. And what is open authentication? I just go into any Wi-Fi system, my phone directly connected with it, without asking any key, without asking any authentication. Means authentication is so open that I don't have to put any security username password there. So that is the open authentication. So you can read here, open authentication is a null authentication algorithm. It didn't provide me any security, but I can access the data openly. So in that particular case, in open authentication access, there is also some procedure which I have to follow. Only then I can use the open authentication access. So we try to see the two diagrams. Then we will discuss how they are differentiated and how they are similar. So this is open authentication process in which, being a client, I am sending a authentication request to the Wi-Fi system under which coverage I just come. Fine. So if there is any AP, I just try to access the internet through it. So what I do, I just send a authentication request. I means client, client means mobile, and mobile want to access a Wi-Fi system. तो सबसे पहले हम क्या करते हैं? We just on our Wi-Fi system. We have two options on the mobile phone, either to access data by using data pack, mobile data pack, and second one is to access the net through Wi-Fi. So sometimes we make it open both the things, and sometimes we manually on and off one of them. तो ऐसा ही होता है ना, या तो मैं वाईफाई ऑन करती हूँ या मोबाइल डेटा ऑन करती हूँ या फिर दोनों ऑन करती हूँ. तो कई बार क्या होता है कि मैं अगर अपने प्रीमिसेस से बाहर आ गई, I just want to take one example. You are using Wi-Fi at your home. Username password is already matched with your Wi-Fi system, and after some time you just have to go out of your home or a house. So what is the criteria? You are leaving that particular Wi-Fi system. आप उस रेडियस से, उस वाईफाई सिस्टम से बाहर आ गए. ठीक है, सपोज करो तुमने घर से कॉलेज आना है. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? तुमने घर से कॉलेज आना है, तो तुम्हारे घर में तुम्हारे वाईफाई कनेक्टेड था तुम्हारे मोबाइल के साथ. कैसे कनेक्टेड था? बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी पुट अ यूजर नेम पासवर्ड देयर and you just access that particular net. Whenever you left that particular area, that particular Wi-Fi system, then what next? When you come to the college, there are two options: whether to on your data pack or to connect with the college Wi-Fi system to access the internet. So what you try to do? You try to authenticate your request. Then there is authenticated response from the college internet. Then there is a association request, and then there is a association response. So what is that thing? Your Wi-Fi is on when you just enter to the that these number of Wi-Fis are available. So how that pop-ups are there? Because your mobile is silently want to access the Wi-Fi system. So that's why there is a list of Wi-Fi available in and around you. So that is the response of the authentication request, that you are having a list of number of Wi-Fi systems with you. Like UG, PG, core block, these Wi-Fis are available with you. Now with which you want to associate. So you are in a UG block, you just click on UG block. That means you are requesting to associate with the UG block. And what is the response in that case? Connected. Then there is a window pop up, that window of a cyber room. ठीक है, तो साइबर रोम में तुम क्या करते हो? यू आर पुटिंग द यूर यूजर नेम एंड पासवर्ड. इफ की इज मैच देन यू कैन असेस, इफ की इज नॉट मैच देन यू कांट असेस द डेटा. सो दिस इज ए ओपन ऑथेंटिकेशन विद different WEP keys, because at the AP there is a different WEP key, at the client there is a different WEP key. They are not matching, so that frame is discarded. No more communication. Are you getting the point how open authentication work? There are 5 steps. You can just review those steps. So I just try to repeat it here. Client sends the authentication request. This is the process when we are using a shared key. ठीक है, तो ये shared key वाला steps है. Otherwise इस केस में these are the only steps in which we authenticate our system and we associate, and then we try to send the data. I hope open authentication is clear to you. Say yes or no. Now we see the shared and then we compare and then we get to know what is the difference, how it is open and how that is a shared key. So in the shared key, what is the difference? Authentication request. Now you can see here the second step is authentication response, and here it is written as a challenge. Here it is written as a challenge. So what is the challenge now? Now this is an example of the internet we are using at the railway stations or airport. So what we try to say, we are just sending our consent that I want to use the net of this particular premises, either railway station or airport. So I am basically asking for the key, and that key is the OTP. If I put that particular OTP, then both keys are matched and then I can send or receive the data. So in this particular case, we first ask for the key. That key is sent by the AP to the receiver, and after that if I put the same OTP again into that particular window, then there is a authentication process complete and then we can access our data. So कहने का मतलब है कि मैंने एक खाली envelope भेजा पहले. I am just sending a blank envelope to you and ask you to put a slip inside it, what you want. Fine, and then you put a slip over there, and then I open that envelope and I check that particular code and then I respond. समझ आई? पहले तुमने की मांगी, फिर तुमने उस की को यूज किया, उस की के मैच करने के बाद तुमने डाटा असेस किया. लेकिन घर पे हम ऐसे नहीं करते ना, शेयर्ड कीज. ये तब होता है शेयर्ड की वाला प्रोसेस. एक और क्राइटेरिया सोच सकते हो अपने घर में भी, अगर तुम्हारे घर में कोई गेस्ट आता है बाय चांस, ठीक है, तुम्हारा तो सिस्टम पहले से सेट है, यूजर नेम पासवर्ड तुमने फिक्स किए हुए, फीड किए हुए हैं. लेकिन अगर कोई गेस्ट आता है तो वो उसे तो तुम दोगे कि वो पासवर्ड डालेगा तभी वो ऑथेंटिकेट हो पाएगा और तभी वो असेस कर पाएगा. तो वो थोड़ी होगी मैनुअल शेयर्ड की. और अगर मैं OTP मंगवाती हूँ तो दैट इज ए ऑटोमेटिक shared key authentication process. I hope now you can differentiate between the two schemes. Clear है? Open authentication. You can ask, please don't worry about the recording. क्योंकि मैंने समझ नहीं आ रही था, समझ लग रही है कि नहीं. क्लियर होया कंसेप्ट शेयर्ड की ऑथेंटिकेशन और ओपन की ऑथेंटिकेशन? You can see the steps and we can read also the steps. That is also possible. So first one is the client sends the authentication request for shared key authentication to the AP. AP is our access point. The AP responds with a clear text challenge frame. Fine. And the client encrypts the challenge and respond back to the AP. क्या चाहता है वो? कम्युनिकेट करना चाहता है, इसको encrypted challenge send कर दिया. Now what next? If AP can correctly decrypt the frame and retrieve the original channel, then client is sent a success message, and then client can access the WLAN. क्योंकि अगर तुमने कोड भी लिख के भेजा है एक ब्लैंक एनवेलप में, दैट शुड बी अंडरस्टैंडेबल बाय द रिसीविंग एंड. सपोज तुमने कोड लिखा 1 2 3 4 5 6, मेरे पास आ गया 1 2 3 4 5 6, I can read it, only then I can put it there. If I am unable to understand the key, then I can't put it there and there is no possibility of communication. Are you getting the point now? What is the difference between open authentication and share key authentication?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Next is our MAC address authentication. Why MAC address authentication is required? If we are using username password, then what is the fun to find out on which particular MAC address we are accessing internet? If at my home I have 3 devices with me, suppose there are 2 mobile phones and 1 laptop, and I try to access the internet from the Wi-Fi system which is installed at my home, how the communication take place between those 3 devices? Is there any need to identify that one connection is given to the iPhone, another one is given to the Samsung mobile, and third one is given to the Dell laptop? How AP will distinguish that? That there is only one thing through which he or she, or it's a device, it can only check the presence of all these devices through the MAC address, because every hardware having different MAC address. MAC address is also known as a physical address. So basically it is required that I can identify the hardware from where I can access my internet. This is basically used in the crime branch. Suppose in the same family there are 3 members. If anybody try to assess something wrong and he try to do something wrong, that can we give you can say punishment to the all 3 person? No, I have to identify who is the culprit. How I can find out that culprit? Who assess that particular device through which some unauthenticated or some illegal data is transferred. So that is only possible if I have a combination of MAC address and internet address. So you must have an idea about ARP and RARP. If one is available, another one we can find it out. But here the devices are too much smart. They give the information that this particular is the MAC address through which I am accessing this internet by using this particular IP. So tracing is easy. So how MAC address authentication process takes place? This is a client, means any device, you can say a laptop or a mobile phone which want to access the internet. So it again request give association request to the access point, then our access point will send that particular data to the server. So what is server here? Here it is written RADIS, radius server. It's a very popular server. The full form of radius is, you can note it down because that is not given in this particular file, but you can search it on the net. Fine. So radius is what? Remote authentication dial-in user service. Remote authentication dial-in user service. So by name, anything clear to you? What is the specific word here? Remote authentication dial-in user service. So where we are using dial-in? Have you heard this word? Yes, very good, Mayank. Thank you. We use this term in the case of landline phones. Dialing a number. We also dial a number from the mobile phone also. So dialing means we are trying to request, we are trying to send a control signal for communication can be take place in future. So what AP will do? AP will communicate with the server. What type of server? Remote authentication dial-in user service server. अब क्या करते हैं हम बेसिकली, जैसे अगर तुम लोग कॉलेज का नेट एक्सेस कर रहे हो, एपी तुमने सिलेक्ट कर लिया यूजी, तो यूजी तुम्हें ऑथेंटिकेशन दे देगा। या अगर कॉलेज वालों ने ये फाइंड आउट करना हो कि किस पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस पे सबसे ज़्यादा डाउनलोडिंग हो रही है, कौन सबसे ज़्यादा डाटा ले रहा है हमारी तरफ से, तो कैसे फाइंड आउट करेगा? तो एपी इज नॉट wholly solely responsible for sending the data. एपी is connected with some server, and on that server we can find out how many APs are connected and how many users are connected with the AP. Fine. So AP will take authentication from the server, then server responds to the AP that yes, this cyber home username password is authenticated and it is in the sequence of our institute. So it responds to the AP, and then AP will allow to associate with the user. So through this whole process MAC address is reached to the server. कैसे पता चलता है कितने लोग हमारे साथ कनेक्टेड हैं या एक एपी में कितने ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ यूजर है? बिकॉज वी हैव utilization of IP address also as well as the MAC address also, on which particular device we are accessing the internet. So MAC address authentication is also required. Otherwise anybody can come and use. आप इसकी एग्जांपल एक और तरीके से भी ले सकते हो कि तुमने अपने घर का वाईफाई यूज किया, तुमने एक फोन पे यूज किया, सपोज कर लो कल को तुमने फोन चेंज कर लिया, तो क्या तुम्हारा वो फोन ऑटोमेटिकली कनेक्ट हो जाएगा क्योंकि तुम्हारे घर में वाईफाई है? हो जाएगा कनेक्ट, हो जाएगा कनेक्ट। नया मोबाइल फोन या उसमें तुम्हें कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सेट करनी पड़ेगी, उसमें तुम्हें एसोसिएशन डी एसोसिएशन करनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है? तो वी हैव टू डू इट अगेन। इफ डिवाइस इज चेंज, सेटिंग हैव टू बी चेंज। If device is same, then I can say if I just go back from college to home, automatically Wi-Fi is connected because already username password is saved there. Already MAC address authentication and IP address authentication is there. So that's why I can access that particular access point or a Wi-Fi system. So up to this clear? If all the stations and APs in a BSS, BSS is what? Tell me the full form of the BSS.
Basic service
Basic service
set.
yes. अब एक BSS में सारे स्टेशन और APs हैं, अगर सेम की के साथ कनेक्ट होंगे तो फिर कैसे पता चलेगा? तो सेम की के साथ कनेक्ट है बट दे ऑल हैव डिफरेंट MAC एड्रेस, सो दैट्स व्हाई दे आर डिफरेंशिएटेड। क्योंकि इससे पहले हमने ऊपर किया कि WEP की हम मैक्सिमम 4 की सेट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन एट ए टाइम हम एक ही की यूज़ करते हैं। तो की सेम है, मैक एड्रेस डिफरेंट है, तो इट्स इजी फॉर द सर्वर और एपी टू आइडेंटिफाई कि किसके साथ क्या कनेक्टेड है। सो दिस इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ मैक एड्रेस ऑथेंटिकेशन। नेक्स्ट है सिक्योरिटी वल्नरेबिलिटीज इन 802.11 स्टैंडर्ड। So what is the meaning of vulnerability? Kindly check on the net and let me know. English to Hindi or English to Punjabi meaning.
मैम वल्नरेबल मतलब जैसे प्रोन, जैसे कहते हैं स्पीसीज वल्नरेबल है।
हाँ कह सकते हैं। और जिसके अलोप होने के चांसेस या जिसके अटैक होने पे जिसके चांसेस ज़्यादा। वीक पॉइंट, वीक पॉइंट है जो मुझे लगता है कि ख़त्म हो सकता है, नियर टू एन एंड है, दैट्स व्हाई वी यूज दिस विद द स्पीसीज। और किसके साथ हम यूज करते हैं? एनी अदर इंग्लिश टू इंग्लिश मीनिंग ऑफ वर्नेबिलिटी? एनीबडी एल्स? Ankita, are you there? Ankita, are you there? Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the meaning of vulnerability after checking on the net if you have no idea then. Please respond quickly.
Ma'am, weak.
Weak. So what we try to see here, we try to say that we want to secure the data or secure the point which are weak in the case of 802.11 standard. Any response from Ankita? Okay. You can see here that we divide into two parts, open authentication and with shared key authentication. Still we are having some loopholes, still we are having some such point which we need to cover so that our system become more secure. As I already told you that open authentication means no authentication or null authentication algorithm. And you can also read it here. If we are just giving a one username and password for association and deassociation, then also there is a chance of attack by the intruder. So this is just like an authorized device in the hand of an unauthorized user. Is just as much a network security threat as providing no security at all. मैंने डिवाइस तो कर लिया ऑथराइज, उसका मैच कर लिया, उसके साथ की मैच कर ली, अगर की मैच कर गई तो देयर इज ए कम्युनिकेशन विल टेक प्लेस. But if that device is go to some another person which is not authenticated to use that, that means what? Again I am in the same threat. Fine. But in the case of shared key authentication, it's similar like OTP come to your mobile only, which is authenticated with your name. Fine. So bit better security than the open authentication, but here also some flaws. So how we can generate shared key authentication? This is the process. Plain text 64 byte. Mind one thing, whenever we say RC4 algorithm for WEP, it's mainly for, it's having text size approximately equal to 64 bit. Key is, what is the size of key in the case of WEP? What is the size of key in the case of WEP? We already discussed so much matter on this. Please let me know. कितनी बार कर ली बेटा कि की का साइज कितना होगा? Is it 64?
140.
It's right. कौन बोल रहा है? जिसने बोला ठीक बोला है. रिपीट करना प्लीज. It's 40 bit and we add on some data into it, that is our initialization vector, and then it will become, initialization vector may be 24, then it will become 64 if we want the data to be transmit up to 64 bytes. तभी साइफर टेक्स्ट 64 आएगा ना. क्या था कि अगर 40 भी है तो उसको रिपीट करके उतना बनाते हैं जितना मेरा डाटा. RC4 एल्गोरिथम याद है जिसमें हमने की यूज की थी 1 to 4 5 6, तो वो रिपीट होती है जितना डाटा, सो दैट कैन बी एक्सॉर एंड वी कैन get the final output. So that ciphertext is again XOR with the plain text and we get the key. XORing का मतलब क्या है? अब ये रिवर्स चीज है कि टेक्स्ट, साइफर टेक्स्ट और प्लेन टेक्स्ट को ही आपस में XOR कर दिया तो मेरे को की वापस मिल गई। वाइस वर्सा अभी तक हमने क्या किया है कि की एक साइड पे मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, दूसरी साइड पे फिर से की मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं एंड देन वी विल गेट डेटा बैक। So are you getting this point? अगर मुझे की निकालनी हो तो मैं की भी निकाल सकती हूँ या की के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करके प्लेन टेक्स्ट निकाल सकती हूँ, प्लेन टेक्स्ट के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करके साइफर टेक्स्ट निकाल सकती हूँ। क्योंकि एक्सॉरिंग का मतलब क्या है? सेम को क्या आउटपुट देगा? व्हाट इज एक्सॉर गेट? 0 0
0
0 1
1
1 0
1
and 1 1.
0.
If there is a change into the bits, then what is the output? 0 1 और 1 0 के केस में है 1, तो चेंज हमारा आइडेंटिफाई हो जाता है। तो दिस इज द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ एक्सॉर, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज यूज्ड फॉर एनक्रिप्शन एंड डिक्रिप्शन। तो कुछ भी निकाल सकते हैं, साइफर टेक्स्ट भी निकाल सकते हैं, प्लेन टेक्स्ट भी निकाल सकते हैं, की भी। एक चीज, दो चीजें या तो तीसरी ऑटोमेटिकली निकल आएगी एक्सॉर करके। ठीक है, तो पहले पॉइंट में हमने ये तो क्लियर कर दिया कि ओपन ऑथेंटिकेशन में दैट इज द वीकेस्ट पॉइंट, उसमें हम कर भी लेंगे अगर ऑथेंटिकेशन, एसोसिएशन, डी एसोसिएशन, स्टिल वी आर नॉट सिक्योर। लेकिन अगर हम शेयर्ड की में कोशिश करते हैं तो we try to keep security up to some extent. So here is a client, here is a AP. If they are communicating and average dropping means an intruder who want to access the data and who is also listening the ciphertext as well as the plain text. Plain text challenge है, plain text exactly नहीं है। तो कैसे फाइंड आउट होगा? काइंडली सी दिस पिक्चर एंड लेट मी नो व्हाट यू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर फिगर। Average dropper can capture both the plain text challenge and the ciphertext response by simply running the values through the XOR। क्योंकि XOR का बेनिफिट भी हो गया, अब नुकसान भी हो गया। अगर XOR पता लग गया तो ciphertext जनरेट करना आसान है, और अगर ciphertext ही मिल गया उसके साथ XORing कर ली तो प्लेन टेक्स्ट जनरेट करना आसान है। ठीक है, अगर ये दोनों चीजें मिल गई तो की निकालनी आसान है। तो आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे डायग्राम में एवएस ड्रॉपर के पास अगर प्लेन चैलेंज में उसको ओटीपी पता लग गया और जो डाटा हम सेंड कर रहे हैं वो पता लग गया, एक्सॉर करके वो की निकाल सकता है। अगर ये वाला डायग्राम समझ में आया है तो ये बात समझ में आएगी, नहीं तो नहीं समझ में आएगी। सो लेट मी नो, ये समझ आया तुम्हें डायग्राम कि प्लेन टेक्स्ट के साथ की को अगर एक्सॉर करते हैं तो साइफर टेक्स्ट आ जाता है, अगर साइफर टेक्स्ट और प्लेन टेक्स्ट को एक्सॉर करते हैं तो की आ जाती है, और अगर साइफर टेक्स्ट को की के साथ एक्सॉर करते हैं तो प्लेन टेक्स्ट आ जाता है। मीन्स 1 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 इज इक्वल टू 10 एंड 10 डिवाइड बाय 10 इज इक्वल टू 1। कोई भी 2 पॉइंट पता हो, तीसरा ऑटोमेटिकली वहां से कैलकुलेट हो जाएगा। तो यही वो कर रहा है एवएस ड्रॉपर। अगर उसे प्लेन टेक्स्ट चैलेंज ओटीपी भी पता लग गया, उसे लिटिल बिट रिस्पांस भी पता लग गया, तो वो दोनों को क्या करेगा, दोनों को एक्सॉर करके की स्ट्रीम निकाल लेगा। अगर की स्ट्रीम निकल गई तो उसके बाद जितना भी डाटा ट्रैवल होगा, ही और शी कैन लिसन टू दैट पर्टिकुलर डेटा बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज इन एयर। एंड इफ आई कैन कैच and relate the sequences to find out the key, like it's just like a guessing a key। अगर मुझे कुछ आइडिया, सपोज करो मुझे एक बंच ऑफ कीज मिल गई, तो बंच ऑफ कीज में मुझे ये पता है कि इस ब्लॉक की कीज है, बट आई डोंट नो विच पर्टिकुलर की इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड ऑन HOD ऑफिस। then how I can assess that particular office? कैसे assess करोगे तुम? कैसे find out करोगे वो key? You have a bunch of keys with you. Suppose in the bunch there are 12 keys and there are 12 rooms. I want to assess HOD office to take some urgent documents. How I can assess that particular HOD office? By using those 12 keys. क्या करोगे यार? इतना सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, इसका आंसर तो दे दो।
अलग
क्या
अलग की
करोगे?
कॉम्बिनेशन लगाएंगे।
I keep on trying with different keys until I'll get the exact key. ठीक है, जब तक मुझे मैच वाली की नहीं मिलती तब तक मैं ट्राई करूंगी। तो पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है? पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है कि 5 कीज के बाद भी मिल सकती है, 3 के बाद भी मिल सकती है, 10 के बाद भी मिल सकती है। ये भी हो सकता है कि मैंने 11 ट्राई कर ली, जो लास्ट की रह गई वो मैच की। So that's why, you know, whenever we are using bank transaction, they just allow you to use password, wrong password up to only 3 times. After that they block it for the 24 hours. Why so? Because they think some intruder, some eavesdropper try to use it and try to find out the key और यूजर नेम पासवर्ड कॉम्बिनेशन मैच करना चाह रहा है, इसलिए वो 3 के बाद ऑटोमेटिकली उसको बंद कर देते हैं कि आज की डेट में तुम्हारे लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है दोबारा उसको चेक करना कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन लगा के। हो सकता है कि पर्सन इज ए जेन्युइन वन, भूल गया या गलत एंटर कर दिया गया, बट सिस्टम को तो नहीं पता लगेगा। सिस्टम के अकॉर्डिंगली अगर 3 इनकरेक्ट पासवर्ड, यूजर नेम पासवर्ड कॉम्बिनेशन आगे, दैट मीन्स सी इज हियर, सो दैट कोई और आगे हिट एंड ट्रायल लगा के उसको फाइंड आउट ना कर सके। और शेयर्ड की ऑथेंटिकेशन में क्या होता है कि जब भी हम बैंक ट्रांजैक्शन करते हैं तो हमारे पास एक ये भी आता है कि क्या आपने OTP जनरेट किया है, अगर किया है तो इसको किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करना, या फिर अगर आपने ये OTP नहीं जनरेट किया या ये ट्रांजैक्शन इनिशिएट नहीं की है तो कॉल ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर नंबर। So what we are trying to do there, we try to stop our attacker or eavesdropper so that he or she will not get the exact combination and it can't intrude our data, or in case of banking it can't withdraw our money. So I hope now this diagram is clear to you. Listening means, अब eavesdropper का मतलब होता है कानाफूसी, सुनना। सुनना लिसनिंग मतलब अब इसने सुना कि एपी और क्लाइंट आपस में क्या बात कर रहे हैं। अगर उसको थोड़ा सा भी क्लू मिल गया तो उसने अपने एंड पे ये सारी मैनिपुलेशन करके देख ली, ये वाला पॉइंट, प्लेन टेक्स्ट, चैलेंज, साइफर, और उससे की स्ट्रिंग ट्राई कर ली निकालने की, निकल गई तो उसका काम खत्म है। क्योंकि उसको अगर इनिशियल पॉइंट पे भी पता चल गया तो वो सारे का सारा बाद में जो भी असेस होगा उसको ले सकता है डाटे को, कोई इश्यू नहीं है। क्लियर अप टू दिस? से यस और नो?
यस सर।
अब यही पॉइंट अगर ये कीज के ऊपर लग रहा है तो यही पॉइंट मैक एड्रेस के ऊपर भी लगता है कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि मैक एड्रेस भी कोई गलत शेयर कर दे, प्रोवाइड कर दे, लेकिन उसमें थोड़ा सा ये पॉइंट होता है कि मैक एड्रेस चेंज करने का मतलब यू हैव टू चेंज दी निक। निक इज व्हाट? नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड। सो इट्स नॉट एन इजी टास्क। अगर मुझे एक सपोज करो क्राइम ब्रांच को नहीं दिखाना है कि मैंने इस पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस के थ्रू कुछ भी वर्कआउट किया है, तो मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, एक डेस्कटॉप और एक पीसी में से उसका निक कार्ड निकाल के दूसरे में डाल दूंगी और दूसरे वाले का पहले वाले में, अगर किसी को फंसाना हो या गलत इंफॉर्मेशन देनी हो। ठीक है, तो इट्स ए लिटल बिट टीडियस एज कंपेयर टू दी shared key and as compared to the open key, open authentication means weakness at MAC address authentication is very less as compared to the above 2 points. ठीक है, That's why here it's wrote that mixed cards are allowed. अब ओवर रिटर्न कैसे हो सकते हैं? निक कार्ड में क्या क्या होता है हमारा? बेसिकली निक कार्ड इज व्हाट? नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड पे क्या क्या होता है हमारे पास? हियर ऑल्सो ए मैक एड्रेस. इसमें हमारे पास बैच होता है, कौन से बैच पे ये कंप्यूटर बना या ये डिवाइस बना, कौन से ईयर में बना, उसकी पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन, कोड जो है उसके ऊपर स्टैम्प होती है. ठीक है. तो अगर वो रिप्लेस करते हैं, अगर किसी दूसरे में डालते हैं तो इट्स ए बिग इशू. तो वो ये कंसीडर होगा कि पूरे का पूरा हार्डवेयर ये इसके साथ टाई अप है रादर देन द प्रीवियस वन. तो यहाँ तक तुम्हें पॉइंट क्लियर है? इसके आगे हम इसकी डिटेल करेंगे कि हम कैसे वर्नेबिलिटीज को कैसे कंट्रोल करते हैं. व्हाट वी अप्लाई इन एडिशन टू WEP की सो दैट वी मेक इट मोर सिक्योर फॉर द फ्यूचर. क्लियर है यहाँ तक? आप यहाँ तक क्लियर है डाटा?
Yes.
चलिए, आई थिंक इट्स इनफ फॉर टुडे बिकॉज ज़्यादा ये समझ नहीं आनी. एक मिनट रुको, मैं अटेंडेंस लूँगी. आस्था,
Present, ma'am.
आयुष,
प्रेजेंट मैम.
आयुष शर्मा,
प्रेजेंट मैम.
आकाश, अक्षत,
Present, ma'am.
अक्षत गुप्ता,
Present, ma'am.
अमित, अंकिता,
Present,
अर्जुन,
ma'am.
अर्जुन, आयुष, भावेश,
यस मैम.
कौन है ये? यस, भावेश.
भावेश.
भावेश, तुम काफी पॉपुलर हो गए हो. मुझे पता लगा है कि तुम सिर्फ ऑनलाइन आते हो, क्लासेस में रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करते हो, ऐसा कुछ
मैम
ऑन करके
मैम
मार
मैंने
देते हो.
मेरी मैम को कॉल भी की थी और मैसेज भी किया था मैम, रिप्लाई देने का नाम नहीं लेते.
हम्म.
मैम वैक्सीन लगवाई थी उसके लिए अटेंड फीवर था इसलिए.
ओके. दीपक, दीपक
Present, ma'am.
दोनों प्रेजेंट है? दोनों
Yes, ma'am.
दीपक प्रेजेंट है? ओके. देयर इज सम मैसेज इन चैट. धनंजय,
प्रेजेंट मैम.